It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Got something a little different for you today. A Mayberry resident was the first to play Jane on in Tarzan on screen. You know who it was? Can you tell by the picture behind me? Well, let's find out. In early 1914, the Sakajima volcano violently erupted on the southern tip of Japan. Just 15 days later, the New York Motion Picture Company began production on a film about the natural disaster, The Wrath of the Gods. A tragic incident occurred on set as well. Even as lava flows were still pouring forth from the volcano, director Reginald Barker staged his own lava scene in California. Filming a scene in which lava destroys a village, the pyrotechnic effects badly injured actress Enid Markey. She nearly suffocated from smoke and fumes, according to a short blurb in the Motion Picture News at the time. The 20-ish-year-old Markey had several motion pictures on her resume, mostly shorts. Unlike the five-reel epic The Wrath of the Gods, she made her screen debut in 1911, before the industry was even a decade old. With dozens of titles to her credit, she became a true star in 1918 with Tarzan of the Apes, the first Tarzan film ever made. It was followed months later by the sequel, The Romance of Tarzan. They worked fast back then. Filmed in the swamps of Louisiana, Tarzan of the Apes was considered a faithful adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' original novel, which was still only a few years old. Markey played the ape man's love interest, the well-known Jane. A two-part tale ends with Tarzan and his love together in the African jungle after a bumpy road to romance across the continents. Following that big breakthrough, Markey disappeared from the screens for decades. I left pictures. After making the first two Tarzan films, she later said, I was tired of making faces. I really wanted to learn how to act. Instead, she transitioned to stage and radio. In her middle age, Markey's screen career found a new life on television. Throughout the 50s, she popped up in roles here and there on anthology series with titles like Armstrong Circle Theater and Kraft Theater. The 60s saw her shifting gears to sitcoms. She landed a lead role in Bringing Up Brady, a sitcom about a bachelor stockbroker being cared for by his aunts. In some ways, that set was like an urban spin on the Andy Griffith Show, which premiered the same season, albeit with far more success. No worries, she found her way into Mayberry. Season 4 episode Up in Barney's Room cast her as Barney's landlady, Mrs. Mendelbright. The producers must have enjoyed her, as Markey returned to the Andy Griffith Show universe a few years later as Gomer Pyle's grandmother. In the Gomer Pyle USMC episode, Gomer Pyle Fortune Teller, the elder Pyle matriarch shows up at Camp Henderson to visit her Gomer. She proceeds to read his future. Something bad is going to happen to somebody close to you, Grandma tells Gomer over a meal. Someone near and dear to your heart. Oh no, Gomer replies. Hope nothing's going to happen to you, Grandma. She reassures him that she is well protected by her charms. Turns out, it's Sergeant Carter with a dark shadow over his head. Markey would appear in just a few more projects in the late 60s before retiring for good. She once said, I fibbed about my age so often that I don't know how old I am. She passed away in 1981. She was perhaps 91. There you go. Mrs. Mendelbright was the first Jane on screen. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV, Facts and Trivia. It's on Arnold the Pig from Green Acres. Something different. And classic rock and country music, Facts and Trivia on the Beach Boys. So check those out. Please subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll be praying for you.